I am not a fan of peak hour traffic. Normally, Andrew is content to just scratch and damage himself and his bike. But when he sees another vehicle on the track,
how you going?
Somehow he is irresistibly drawn to scratching that one as well.
Stop digging the track up. I'd put an insurance claim in on that. He just damages people's vehicles all the... Andrew. Oh, Kev, hang on, mate. Do you want a hand? Hopefully it's only scratching the bull bar, but...
I just want to stop looking at the blue with that.
We fall off our bikes a lot. And thankfully most of the time it's at low speed in first gear.
There we go. See you later.
Often we aren't moving at all, as demonstrated by Scott.
Wow, that's good, mate. Oh, no. They're just about out. I think he's marking his territory there.
Just doing some yoga back.
Look more like Pilates to me.
But of course, the big injuries can still happen. And as most of you know, I recently broke my back riding on our slow technical trails.
How you going, guys? Cheers, mate.
And this is when family and non-riding friends sometimes say it's time to grow up and stop the whole boys and their toys routine. Me? I like Cletus's philosophy.
Growing up is mandatory, but not necessary.
So why do we enjoy activities like riding, which can maim and even kill us? I blame evolution. For thousands of years, we needed to accept certain risks in order to survive. This really sucked for the woolly mammoth, as explained in these illustrations from the Journal of Enduro in the Paleolithic era. So our brains have been trained to enjoy risk.
Whoa! I thought I was going to run you over then. Bloody hell.
Deep in our brain, the amygdala releases a combination of dopamine, adrenaline, endorphins, and other chemicals. Adrenaline increases our heart rate, oxygen rushes to the brain.
Bit of rut practice. Good to wheelie a bit here, just so the foot peg's clear. I stuffed that up.
We are hyper-focused, reveling in the moment. And then there's the Zen bliss, when the danger is past and another flood of mood-boosting chemicals kicks in. There is usually a huge sense of relief and well-being when you face a fear that doesn't materialize. Whew. It's a significant part of who we are as humans. And as a memory, it comes back as the joy of realization of what it really means to be alive. Even if only for a minute or two. We all vary in the amount of risk we are willing to take. But the fact you ride a motorbike at all suggests you enjoy the thrill more than the average person. And the average person won't understand why you ride. These people are usually risk averse, motivated by things like certainty, safety, predictability.
Woo! Oh man!
They would rather have familiar experiences than new ones.
Oh, that's hard work.
So there is usually no point trying to explain why you ride, because they will probably never understand. Of course, most of us do what we can to minimise the risks. We wear appropriate protective gear.
Endurance body armor from Traction eRag. Ride for weeks by recycling farts to fuel your engine. Convert your poo into energy bars. And urine is recycled into your hydration pack.
In our subconscious mind, we're always doing that cost-benefit analysis. Is riding this fast worth the thrills for the risks of crashing and hurting myself? Is that hill climb beyond my ability and likely to end in hospital? Important questions. And at each Traction eRag event, we start each week with our talk about the comfort zone. It goes something like this. Righto chaps, a splendid week ahead of us. Let's start off nice and safe as we want to last the distance. But we are here to have fun, so midweek let's ramp it up a bit, take some risks. Now obviously you thrill seekers will want to ride outside the comfort zone, but please don't stay out there for too long, there's a good chap. We want you to go home alive if possible. I love this concept. I do want to learn to ride better, so I stay inside my comfort zone, but definitely toward the edge. This is where I can learn more and get some thrills too. It's really interesting to see that when you ride outside the comfort zone, sure, you will get a great adrenaline hit, but chances are you won't learn to be a better rider. In fact, it's often just reinforcing bad riding technique.
That's on film. Barry's fault. He farted. I was totally distracted.
And we all know at least one guy who rides like this, constantly hitting the throttle, wheels spinning, sliding and bouncing all over the track. It's thrills and spills, and probably slowing him or her down in the long run. When you look at your riding buddies, you will probably also see the guy who is more careful than most. He or she will be riding at the back of the pack when the speed picks up. They will say no to that crazy steep descent or difficult section. And as I get older and more beaten up, I am increasingly that guy. But I'm lucky to ride with a bunch of guys who know we all set our limits differently and respect that. I hope you are riding with a similar bunch of morons as me.
Barry's taking hard lines because, in fact, I have trouble staying with him. So he's pretending he's going hard, but he's really going much slower than his cruise pace. This camera being ultra wide, I don't have to get very far back before he's really becoming a dot. That's our Barry. Actually, he doesn't do that very often.
So whether you are hunting mammoths or riding, say, a 500cc two-stroke, remember this thrill-seeking is buried deep within your genetic code. Yes, it will hurt you. There's even a small chance it will kill you. But there will also be many magic moments when you feel incredibly alive in a way that non-riders will never know.